Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Legal Decipher. In the previous video we had completed chapter 17 of the Indian Penal Code 1860. If you have not seen that video, you can go and check it. The link is in the description below. In this video we will start chapter 18 and discuss about the offense of forgery and understand the substance therein. So if you are new here, please like and subscribe to my channel to get the video notifications. So let's get started. So today we are going to learn chapter 18, which deals with offenses relating to documents and property marks. So first of all, let's understand forgery. Section 463 talks about the offense forgery. It says whoever makes any false document or false electronic record or part of a document or electronic record with intent to cause damage or injury to the public or to any person, or to support any claim or title, or to cause any person to that part of that property, or to enter into any express or implied contract, or to intend to commit fraud, or to fraud may be committed, then he will be deemed to have been committed forgery. So let's understand this section. The act of making false document or false electronic record or any part of those documents or electronic records is the act of forgery. So whoever makes false document or false electronic records or parts thereof is committing forgery if he has the intention to cause damage or injury to the public or to any other person, or if he wants to support any claim or title, or if he causes any person to part with property. So the property was in possession of that particular person and he parted him with that property, or to enter into any express or implied contract. So that may also be his intention, or whether his intention was to commit fraud or he has actually committed fraud because of that forgery. So all these was his intention. Any of this can be his intention to commit such forgery, and the actual act of forgery is to make false documents or false electronic records or any part thereof. Now section 464 talks about making a false document. So how is it made? It is made in a following manner that are mentioned in these 4 clauses. It is said that a person is said to make false document or false electronic record, firstly, who dishonestly or fraudulently makes any sign, seal or executes a document or part of a document, or he makes or transmits any electronic record or part of any electronic record, or affixes any electronic signature or any electronic record, or he makes any mark denoting the execution of a document or the authenticity of an electronic signature. So if he is doing any of these things and he is doing it dishonestly or fraudulently, then it will be deemed to be an act of making a false document with the intention of causing it to be believed that such document or part of document or electronic record or electronic signature was made, signed, sealed, executed, transmitted or affixed by the authority of a person. So either it was done so by the authority or by any person who is in charge of that authority. Or secondly, it says who without lawful authority dishonestly or fraudulently by cancellation or otherwise alters a document or an electronic record in any material part thereof. So he actually altered some portion or the entire document or electronic record after it has been made, executed or affixed with electronic signature, either by himself or by any other person. So he may be doing it personally or through any help, whether such person be living or dead at the time of such alteration. So he may also put the signature of a dead person. That would also fall under the purview of this section. Now the third point is who dishonestly or fraudulently causes any person to seal, sign, execute or alter a document or an electronic record, or to affix his electronic signature on any electronic record, knowing that such person by reason of unsoundness of mind or intoxication cannot understand the deception that he is playing upon him. So he is using the unsoundness of a person's mind or the state of intoxication of a person to dishonestly or fraudulently make such person sign, seal, execute or alter a document or an electronic record. Now explanation 1 says that a man's signature of his own name may amount to forgery. So if he puts his signature upon such document, then that is enough to constitute the crime of forgery. Now explanation 2 says the making of a false document in the name of a fictitious person, intending it to be believed that the document was made by a real person, or in the name of a deceased person, intending it to be believed that the document was made by such person in his lifetime, may amount to forgery. So all these are forgery. Explanation 3 says for the purposes of this section, the expression affixing electronic signature shall have the same meaning as it has in section 2 subsection 1 clause D of the Information Technology Act 2000. Now section 465 talks about punishment for forgery. It says whoever commits forgery shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. Now section 466 talks about forgery of a record of court or a public register, etc. So whoever forges the court records or any public register, then he shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Now explanation says that the word register includes list, data or record that are maintained in the electronic form as well. Now section 467 talks about forgery of valuable security, will, etc. So whoever does forgery to any valuable security or any will of a person, then that will be punished with imprisonment for life, or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. 468 talks about forgery for purpose of cheating. So whoever commits forgery to constitute cheating, then he will be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 469 talks about forgery for purpose of harming reputation. So whoever commits forgery to harm the reputation of another person, he shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 470 talks about forged document. It says a false document or electronic record made wholly or in part by forgery is designated as a forged document or electronic record. Section 471 talks about using as genuine a forged document or electronic record. So whoever fraudulently or dishonestly uses any such kind of forged document or electronic record to make people believe that that is real, then such person shall be punished in the same manner as if he had forged such document or electronic record. Now section 472 talks about making or possessing counterfeit seal, etc. with intent to commit forgery, punishable under section 467. So whoever possesses any kind of instrument like counterfeit seal or something like that are used, or if such person had the intention to use those instruments to commit forgery, then that person shall be punished under section 467, and he will be punished with imprisonment for life or up to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 473 talks about making or possessing counterfeit seal, etc. with intent to commit forgery, punishable otherwise. So if that person actually made those instruments for the reason of committing forgery, then he shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Now section 474 talks about having possession of document described in section 466 or 467, knowing it to be forged and intending to use it as genuine. So if someone has in his possession any forged document that is described under section 466 or 467, and he knows such document is forged, and still he intends to use it as a genuine document, then he shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. And if the document is one of the description that is mentioned in section 467, then he shall be punished with imprisonment for life, or with imprisonment which may extend up to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Now section 475 talks about counterfeiting device or mark used for authenticating documents described in section 467, or possessing counterfeit marked materials. So whoever possesses those kind of instruments shall be punished with imprisonment for life or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. Section 476 talks about counterfeiting device or mark used for authenticating document other than those described in section 467 or possessing counterfeit mark material. So whatever is mentioned in section 467, if some person has any counterfeiting device or mark that are not covered under section 467 for the purposes of authenticating documents that are forged, then for possessing such counterfeited mark materials, such person will be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. Now section 477 talks about fraudulent cancellation, destruction, etc. of will, authority to adopt or valuable security. So whoever destroys a will of a person or any other valuable security that had the authority to adopt, if he cancels or destructs such kind of documents or valuable securities, then he shall be punished with imprisonment for life or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. Now section 477A talks about falsification of accounts. So whoever being a clerk, officer or servant or employed under any capacity to do so, and he willfully intends to defraud, destroy, alter, mutilate or falsify any book, electronic record, paper or writing or valuable security or account which belongs in the possession of his employer, or if he has received such on behalf of his employer, or if he willfully intends to defraud or makes or abets any false entry therein, or if he omits to do so in such book, electronic record, paper, writing, etc., then he shall be punished for doing all such things with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years or shall be liable to fine or both. The explanation says that it shall be sufficient if any charge under this section to allege a general intent to defraud without naming any particular person intended to be defrauded or specifying any particular sum of money intended to be subject to the fraud or any particular day on which the offence was committed. So whether such offence was committed in a particular day or not, whether such offence was committed to defraud a particular person or not, these things do not matter. If that person has done the act of forgery or making false documents or whatever that is written in this section, then he will be charged under this section. That is enough to constitute an offence under this section. Now we will discuss the next part in the next video. So that's all in this video. If you like my videos, then don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.